So today we're gonna do a sequence, 20-minute sequence, 25, we'll see, but a sequence on grounding because in this day and age, grounding is super important. I was just talking to a friend a moment ago, and he was sharing with me how that's been really helping him a lot. And I want to do another class around grounding because when you can stay grounded and calm in your system and you make that a practice, it's something you can carry with you no matter where you go, and it's a skill that you build where you can center your chi and your energy and your somatics whenever you want to. And when you're a calm person, when you're more grounded, when you're a teacher, a healer, that's going to come off to the people that you're connecting to and relating to. And it's going to be super helpful when other people around you are feeling unstable or wonky. If you can keep your system calm, you become a source of co-regulation in terms of nervous system with the people around you, and you can really help bring more calm, bring more resolution and ease in people's nervous system in all the interactions you're having throughout the day, right? So we're going to focus on that today. Let's start by doing a short sit. So I want you to come into a seated position. And once you get into seated posture, we're going to close the eyes, tilt the pelvis forward slightly, and get the spine long. Take a couple breaths, find your body, and see if you can feel your whole body in your awareness at one time. So instead of focusing on one part or the other, you're just feeling that whole body. And do a body scan, really quick body scan, checking where you're at. Can you feel where your chi or your energy is? Is it up here in the head, or is it in the lower body? Do you feel grounded? Where are you currently? Now, when we're working on grounding, I just want to emphasize a real simple and basic core principle in Qigong, which is wherever your awareness goes, your energy flows. So let's bring our awareness down into the pelvis, legs, and hips, and then also feel the cushion and the ground. And see if you can hold your awareness there in the lower body and in your connection to the ground and the floor. So that becomes your point of concentration. And the basics of concentration is to choose an object or choose a location, something to focus on, and then to hold your awareness there, to let it stay there. And if it drifts, to come back. And as we practice that over time, it creates a sense of stability as we become more capable of maintaining the duration of the staying quality of the awareness. So if your awareness drifts, just bring it back to the pelvis, legs, lower body. Now for some of you, if you can, begin to feel the rising and falling of the breath inside of your body. And when you breathe in, also send the breath towards the core, towards the pelvis and legs, towards the lower body. Do your best to keep it there. If it drifts off, bring it back. Now, when you keep your awareness on the lower body like this, right, stay there, eventually the chi will start to flow there, and then also the blood will follow. So they say in Chinese medicine, awareness leads, or Qigong, awareness leads chi, chi leads blood. So as that continues, you may begin to feel increased sensation in the pelvic region. You might actually feel it getting warmer down there as the circulation opens up. And if that's happening, aim lower, go towards the pelvic floor. Can you feel your pelvic floor? The root of your pelvis, the perineum. And take several more rounds of breath here. So if you only have a little bit of time and you can't do much movement, just doing this meditation of bringing your awareness down into the lower body and keeping it there can be really helpful, right? This can become a grounding practice in itself. All right, let's bring the palms together in front of the heart. Lengthen your spine from the pelvic floor all the way to the crown. Open up the central column. Take a breath or two. Align yourself with your intention for the day. How about today, together we set the intention to be more calm and grounded amidst chaos, to become a refuge of calmness and groundedness in the lives of the people around us today. And let's do a bow in. Welcome. All right, let's come up to a standing position. And we'll start with some basic shaking per usual, bending the knees. And as you're shaking, just shake real gently today. And really emphasize the sinking action in the shaking. Feel yourself sinking and melting into the ground. Shake the arms out. Take a slow breath in towards the core. And exhale gently. Everything's melting into the ground. Eyes are closed. Melt the feet into the earth. Downward. Melt the calves into the feet. And melt the knees down into the calves. Take a deep breath in. Soften the thighs and feel the thighs melting down through the knees and calves into the feet. And then breathing into the pelvis, inhaling deep, melting pelvis down into the legs and feet. Breathing deep into the core, belly, lower back. Inhale, make a sound on the exhale. And then breathe into the upper belly. So you want to really release, see if you can release the diaphragm and ribcage area, because that's another area where we hold a lot of tension that keeps the chi up. So breathe. You can even put your hands here. And exhale. Make a sound and see if you can soften and release right through the ribcage there. Again, inhale. Make sound on the exhale. One more time. Right into those ribs. Good. Breathing into the chest, neck and shoulders, and the upper torso. And exhale, tension down the shoulders, down the arms, out the fingertips. And again, inhale. And exhale. Nice. Release the neck. Move the neck around. Continue to sink, right? Feel yourself sinking into the ground. All right. And then walk your feet wider and then transition right into the twist. Now, as you're doing the twist, drop your tailbone and bend the knees and still stay rooted and sunken into the floor as you're twisting. Feel your shoulders and arms heavy, the fingertips drawing down. Okay? Even if you do the same exercises, if you change the emphasis in your awareness in your mind, the effect of the exercise or posture can shift quite dramatically. So you've done this twisting, for some of you, you've done this twisting exercise many times, but just simply emphasize that downward action as you're twisting and see what happens. When you take the tailbone down, when you bend the knees a little bit more, when your arms get a bit heavier, yeah, and you really focus on the gentle upright quality of the spine, but yet the rest of the body melting down. Long exhale, so breathe out. Remember that the elongated exhale always helps with tension release, and thus will help you with getting the chi to sink and will help you with grounding. All right, and then inhale, arms up, lift, and exhale, drop. Let's do it a little more gently today. So I want you to inhale and open the ribcage up and straighten the knees out and really emphasize the sinking. Bend the knees and drop. The whole body releases into the floor. Okay, inhale and drop. Lift and drop. Exhale. Two more. And drop. Good. One more. And drop. All right. Now we're going to take your hands, rub them together. Get them kind of warmed up. Pick up the hands and rub the belly down. So we're going to just rub the lower body down and open up the circulation to the lower body. Then rub around the waist. Rub into the kidneys and breathe into the kidneys vigorously as you, rub vigorously as you breathe into the kidneys, gently, deeply into the lower back. Try to puff up the kidneys. Exhale long. You can close your eyes if you want on this one. Breathe in, rub the kidneys. Release the adrenals and kidneys. Get the chi flow in there. And then we're going to start tapping the hip, the back of the hip, into the side of the hips. And then move your way down the outer legs, tap, wake up the legs. Good, come up the inner legs. Dantian tapping. Come around and back down. And back up. Dantian. And then wrap around. And back up. Good, and then slide the hands down, exhaling, and inhale. Imagine the energy or chi coming up from the ground, drawing up into Dantian. Wrap around, exhale, slide the energy down the outer legs, opening and running the channels here in the legs. Good. As you exhale, come all the way down into the ground. And when you come to the ground, imagine dipping into the earth and breathing the earth energy up, sipping it up the inner legs into the Dantian, connecting the energy body into the earth energy field. Exhale, reaching into the earth. Inhale, breathe the earth chi up. Now eventually, if you want, you can take the hands off the body. Once you start to feel the chi flowing, you don't have to touch the body here. You can just actually work with the chi itself. Inhale, yeah, breathing it up, and exhale. And again, inhale. Pause at the end, inhale, exhale, long outer legs. Circulating. Pause, inhale, and exhale. Slow it down a little more now. Good. Last couple rounds, just go slow. Inhale, breathing chi, inner legs, inner knee, inner thigh. Dantian, pulling it up into the Dantian, pausing around, and then exhale, sinking. Bend the knees, feel your body, feel the energy melt into the earth, deep. And then breathe it up, inhale one more time into the Dantian. Now, from here, exhale, turn the palms down. From the navel area, exhale down to the pelvic floor, sink. Turn the palms up. From the pelvic floor, breathe up into the navel. Bring your awareness from the navel down into the pelvic floor. Move it through the inner body if you can, right? Feel the awareness and chi moving up from the pelvic floor through the core of your body into the navel, behind the navel, right? In the body. Exhale, sink, drop tailbone, sink into the earth. Good. Inhale. Turn, exhale. Pause, again, inhale, a couple more. And exhale. One more from pelvic floor, inhale. And exhale, pelvic floor down. Good, release, inhale, pull down heavens once. Then breathe from the crown down. Energy moves down the central channel all the way to the root, into the earth, and then bring the arms out to the sides. Wuji stance, palms facing back, fingertips pointing down, tailbone down. Bend the knees, crown up, chin tucked. See if you feel a little more grounded just from that. Right? Just about a little over 10 minutes of practice. See if there's a difference in your energy body. All right, good, and then release. So we'll just do a little quick release in the next shoulder, chest area, just because if there's a lot of chi stagnation happening in this area, the energy will have a hard time dropping. So we'll start with the chest today. So just tapping the chest, inhale, make the ha sound. So you can tap right through the sternum here. You can also use your palms. And see if you can release some of the tension, blocked energy in the chest. Again, one more, inhale. Nice, and then tap into the traps. Tilt the head over to the side. And then squeeze and massage the traps. And then slide the arm down and pull the chi down, stagnant chi down the arms, out the fingertips. So again, you can repeat these for longer too. Okay, we're just doing a short video today, so we're going to move through some of these exercises. If you like some of these, if you have extra stagnation in this area, just do some of these exercises for longer and repeat them. Okay, and then just squeeze the neck area and the throat. And then again, drag one more time down. Release. Okay, tap. Okay, and then squeeze it. And brush down. All right, and then squeeze the neck throat area too. Just check, make sure. Releasing all the tension down the arms. Shake it out. Now fingertips, massage the base of the skull. Another area where a lot of the energy gets stuck. So see if you can massage the base of the skull, release some of the energy stagnation, chi stagnation right through the base of the skull there. Breathe into it. Now imagine grabbing the stagnation with the hands like claws and pulling it out. You can do that a couple times. All right. Now from here, take your stance a little bit wider than the hips, bend the knees, drop in, lift, inhale, pull down heavens. Now we're going to gather the energy, and then we're going to channel the energy down right through the center. Flush. Imagine you have a central column, right? Like a pole, like a hollow tube through the central column, and you're funneling light energy through it all the way through the bottom into the ground. Okay. So we're clearing any stuck energy in the central column and opening that flow downward. The first couple, just go a little on the faster side just so you can kind of get the flow moving, and then we'll slow it down in the last couple reps. Just feel that overall general flow. Bend the knees, right? So remember we were practicing that dropping action, but do that slowly, like you're melting the head, melting shoulders, shoulders melting into ribs, ribs melting down into the hips, hips melting down into the legs, feet into the ground. Okay? So you want to feel that lift on the inhale. Whole body expands and lifts slightly. It stretches all the fascia lifts. And then there's a gentle melting down, compression, right? Downward into the earth. The knees bend, the feet drop into the floor, you soften. Combining all the skills you built in the earlier exercises into one exercise, melting, sinking down all the way. Good. Inhale, lift. Now start going a little slower as you're melting down. Bring awareness into the crown. Move behind the eyes, through the throat, sinuses, right, into the heart. Melt the heart down into the organs, intestines, bladder, melting down into the thigh bones, knees, to the calves, into the feet, down into the ground. Inhale. So 2 more. Again, you can do more of these if it's feeling good, if you can notice how the tension melts through the body, crown, behind the eyes, sinus, throat, heart, melting down to the inner organs, organs melting down into the hips, thigh bone, knees, calves, feet. Now drop deeper into the earth this time. Last one. And lift. Inhale. Then we're going to do a couple of standing static meditations here in a moment. So melting down one last time. All the way through the legs into the feet. Now drop the arms to the sides, palms facing back. Good. Find the center line. Now feel your midline and really align the midline with the earth. So especially the base, right? The pelvic floor and the tailbone. You want to tilt it just so you don't feel like you're tilting the hips forward or back too much. You're getting that pelvic floor perfectly parallel with the ground, so you can feel like you're melting through the root into the earth. And your spine and torso is perfectly aligned vertically over the root. Now imagine from your navel, you're dropping an anchor, like a ship anchor that's really heavy, into the floor. Boom. It's like a heavy pendulum, right? On a chain, a strong chain that's dropping about, 6 feet, yeah, beneath you into the earth. So weighing you down. Keep your knees slightly bent. If it feels too much pressure on the knees, just lift up a little bit. When you do this visualization, if your visualization is strong and your body's aligned properly, you'll get that anchored feeling without having to bend the knees a lot. Okay? And the more skilled you get, you'll be able to establish this without having to bend the knees and compromising the knees or compressing them too much. Good. So once you can feel that downward pull, hold that in your meditative awareness and hang there. Now keep that anchor, put the hands in front of the dantian like this, so a couple inches below the navel with the palms facing the lower belly, and breathe into the core. All right, maintain the anchor, so keep checking on the anchor. All right, after a while, you can kind of maintain the same feeling as if the anchor is still there, and just concentrate more on the belly breathing into the dantian. Hold this. So we're doing a bit of a Qigong or internal cultivation, meditation, visualization with the anchor. Right, so the anchor is beneath your feet, about 6 feet into the ground, attached to the navel, behind the navel, and then going all the way down through the dantian into the earth. Holding that. Anchor there, hands in front of the dantian, breathing into the core. Melting the head down into the dantian. You can even do this too, where you put the hands over the head and you kind of melt the awareness down into the dantian while maintaining the anchor. So really inviting the qi to return to the dantian. All right, just holding. Let's be still for a minute. Go relax into the feeling of being present in the dantian and holding the anchor still. Relax into the earth. Relax into your core and your dantian. Hold it. Try not to fidget. Building calm and stability in the energy body, stability in the subtle body. Couple more breaths. And pull the hands overlapped into the belly, rub the belly down, walk your feet in. So again, you can hold that for longer. As you practice, try holding it for 10 minutes if you can eventually. Good. And then take your knees together, roll the knees in circles. Let's take care of the knees after that. And reverse. So again, you can do this longer if your knees are feeling a little funky. Bend and strain the knees. And then coming up. And just notice the after effect from doing that. See if you feel any different. And so another thing you can do from here is after you get more rooted in the core, see if you can hold this and maintain this. So as you go out into your day, maintain your awareness in the core, in the anchor, right? And you can come back to it, right? The more you cultivate it. And so throughout the day, you're coming back to your dantian and you're seeing if you can move from there. You're taking a couple breaths, dropping in, because once you establish that, it'll be easier to find it and return to it as well. All right. So this will be our video for today, this morning, the first one for 20 minutes. I'll be back at 9:30 for the next one if you're on the live stream, and we'll see you soon. Hope you have a good day. Try this practice. Recommend it to people who you think might be benefited from more grounding. Take care.